Not wanting to waste any time as we await the return of our construction team, in this episode, we finish 2 indoor projects that move us forward and say goodbye to one friend as we welcome Drew's parents who help keep the momentum going.
Bad to the bone! Moo!
We're Brittany and Drew, 2 hopeful adventurers who got married and after 8 years of van life, found our dream property and moved across the globe to Portugal, where we're now documenting the journey of transforming this historic watermill into our very first home, not on wheels. Now, let's take in a deep breath and let it out. Let the adventure begin. Why don't you tell them what we're grabbing right now?
We are actually grabbing the pump-up sprayer to put some water to contain the dust that's going to be flying up, because we are going to be chopping and cutting into the island again. You guys remember in the past episode we cut a big hole, Mario and I, to fit in the ceramic blocks for the wine. They don't quite fit, so we got to widen that hole. So let's get to it. Let's get the sprayer.
The sprayer.
Got the goods. We need 2 centimeters on each side. So 24, and right now we're at like 21. Yeah, we need 60 for the dishwasher.
Yep.
We also realized that the wine bottles are actually a little bit longer than the bricks. So tomorrow Mario's gonna bring back another set and we're gonna chop them in half and attach them so that they don't fall through the holes and then get stuck behind the dishwasher.
Right now that's to the back.
We'd be tripping on our wine.
We'd be breaking it off with my knee when I walk by. Ideally it'd sit more like that. So I totally forgot to hit film. But Mario did an excellent straight cut here. He was grind master, I was spray master.
Since reading the comments on our last episode, we've started to rethink placing wine bottles here behind our dishwasher for the sake of the heat that it might put off. So instead, we might use this area to store things like loose leaf tea or spices, maybe even grains. We'll just have to head off to some of the markets and find some long jars or bottles that fit.
Maybe. Let me go get your hammer. Close, but right in here, if you hit it from this side. One more centimeter right here. Man, if you can cut like that, just one right there. We just got left to cut the outer part of this wall. So close.
Yeah, okay, then it was the big one.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
close.
So close.
Watching this footage, I started to get a real feel for how much work and perseverance a simple cut could take. But with our Super Mario wearing his Super Mario socks, we knew that with the right tools and time, these two could get the job done. Eventually.
Ooh!
Ooh!
That feels good. That is a nice fit. We got to be really cautious that there's enough space to run the dishwasher wire up to this electrical box. And then of course the water and the on-off. What a way to end it.
With our little yet meticulous project optimizing the space and storage in our kitchen island complete, it was now time to focus our attention on the next task on the list. Again, this is a list of finer detail, time-consuming projects that we needed Mario's help completing before our main crew was ready to return to help get the stuff done that needed signed off by a licensed builder in order to get our habitation license. So off to start on the next project they went.
All right, the lintels above the doors today. We're gonna be tackling these with the sanders. We're very happy not to be overhead sanding. So Mario and I are gonna do what we do best and get sanding. Hoorah!
Oh yeah!
My friend.
Let's end, my friend.
It's gonna be nice and polished when we get done with it. Probably take all the orange off of this chestnut beam here. There's several of these windows we're gonna do in as well. Every wooden beam you see around.
12 chestnut beams, 7 for our windows, 5 for our doors. These quiet wooden guardians perched above every frame are called lintels. Their name comes from the Latin word limen, which means threshold, the structure that makes it possible to see through walls and walk through them. So Mario and Drew sanded away the years, allowing the chestnut beams to blush through the dust, revealing swirls and secrets baked in time. With all of the sanding going on, you have me dreaming of the beach and thinking about how grateful we are for the sponsor of this episode, and that's Surfshark, which develops privacy and security solutions to help safeguard your data and privacy online. And it basically allows you to travel the world by allowing you to choose from over 3,200 servers in over 100 different countries. What this does is it allows you to get better prices on things like flights. It also blocks ads and malware and helps encrypt all of your important personal information, like passwords and banking information. Basically, it's like wearing pants or a towel, helping to keep all of your private bits safe and secure once your device gets onto the internet. Also, with Surfshark VPN, you get 24/7 customer service, and you can connect an unlimited number of devices, so your entire household can be protected. Ooh, it's chilly. And right now, using our code Mr. and Mrs. Surfshark is offering you, our amazing community, 4 extra months of the VPN. So go ahead and check out our link below, and I guess now it's time to get back to the other kind of sand.
Smooth as a baby's bottom.
There's more orange. But here this is...
Yeah, there's some spots right here in the plastic.
Also over there, it looks it was before, right? You can see this is
the old stuff.
Yeah, but this is not that bad.
No, it can be sealed back in and put together. I have a little chip in the spot over there too. From outside, I could tell you're using a different machine because it sounded like a dentist office in here. Like you were drilling on the patients, fixing a cavity.
Yeah, just to get the orange a bit more of everything is not possible, but a bit more.
A lot better. Did I hear you say more?
More.
More?
More.
That's our favorite word around here. More. That was a close one. Little belly button. Alright, I hear banging and clunking coming down from the closet area, And Mario is on the last beam.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. The very last lintel we gotta do, Mario's gonna get all the remnants of the concrete, the plaster off of it, get it all cleaned up. Part of the process to basically bring the grains of the wood back to full restoration, we're using all sorts of different grits of the sandpaper, going and starting from 40 to 60, 80, 120, 240. When we redid our van in San Diego with the guys from San Diego Urban Timber, they really showed me how much you could extract and bring out the beauty in the grains of wood when you take all the different levels and grades of the grit of sandpaper. And it just looks so beautiful when it's done. It seems like an exponential amount of work for the results. But let me show you some of the beams we've done.
But you can really see on these beams, it's like smooth as a baby's bottom. Really love that this is like the main one across the hallway. However, there are some spots like this where it's like some of the, I guess, moisture and water or oil was on it a long time ago before we worked on sanding it, trying to get that orange out of there. As you can see, it really extracts like a red color out of these chestnut beams.
Feels good to have this bedroom completed. I'm still working on the stuff over here, but there's nothing more satisfying of a sound knowing that you've completed one grit of sandpaper like this, and then taking the higher number, you pop it on there. Just something about that sound. Pro tip here, when you're using the various sanding grits on each of the machines, you only have to go over it pretty quickly with each of the different numbers. You don't have to sit there and really do all the roughing, preparing work like you do with the lower number grits initially to clean up the beams. It's all about just like one layer, gets in there, does its polishing effect and sanding, and then move on to the next number. And then pretty soon you get the look that you're going for. And of course, eventually we're gonna put some linseed oil on there and really extract the colors and make them pop even more. It'll look really nice in here.
Like a magic trick. Under here, we have our linseed oil or oleo de linaza. And after experimenting, this has been treated with the linseed oil. And this is the before. We just wanted to try it out, and I think we can move forward from here. We were just reading up on linseed oil.
I was curious to learn more about it. It's a natural oil extracted from flax seeds that is commonly used to protect and enhance wood. It penetrates deep into the wood fibers, making the surface more resistant to water and slowing down rot or warping. It enhances the appearance of the wood, the color, the grain, especially where I've sanded, and you can really see the fine, like beautiful, almost looks like feather texture to it.
Or waves.
I like that, waves. Waves up here in the mountain. It leaves a soft, natural, and sheen, not a glassy appearance. It's popular for rustic and traditional finishes, just like we want in our mill. It's breathable, natural, great for historic buildings, especially in places that you want to avoid sealing moisture in, because many of you know that we have moisture issues inside the mill. It does require a bit of maintenance. It's not a long-term durable solution alone, and it says it can take days or weeks to dry. But what I love about oil is that it's just so natural to put into the natural element of wood. Like there's nothing like wood that was once living and now beautifully used inside our home.
Like a moisturizer for your skin.
Yeah. I know it's really popular amongst the Dutch. They seem to use linseed oil in everything that they build out of wood, so.
They tend to do things quite right.
And they're super creative, so
yeah,
definitely an inspiration for the projects we're doing.
If you guys don't know, our mill, that section there was originally all that it was, but the extension and the transformation of it into a home was started by a Dutch couple. So We've learned a lot from them and have incorporated a lot of their ways.
How long does it protect the wood? For indoors where we're using it, it says 3 to 5 years.
That's pretty great.
That's super great.
Going for it. On second thought, maybe not.
I've just been trying to research to understand, could we put the linseed oil on those lentils and bring out the color of our wood before applying at a later date the wax that would be on them? And what I've learned is that is not a good idea, because if we put it on there, we'd have to let it cure, touch it up, scratch sand it, and then reapply the wax coat. So the best method is to go find a local product like the Odie's wax we love and are familiar with from our van build. So it's key that we go and find a product that's locally sold here, so we don't have to import or pay outrageous fees to get an American product here.
So stay tuned, friends. Stay tuned.
See, Mario! Oh, it's been so good. Oh.
Yeah,
To Germany you go, but
3 months
Yeah.
and then I'm back.
okay.
Oh, it's been good, man. Double the hugs.
That's it, I can say.
1, 2, 3.
Poof, and just like that.
Where's Mario? I was telling Mario that he was such an integral part of completing really big projects around here, doing all the forestry cutting, doing all the fires we did, pointing the walls during those cold kind of gray days in the winter, as well as doing all the sanding over the lentils, and just so much work that we had to get done. We have the cascading waterfall effect over top of your shoulders.
Look at that, working so beautifully.
And it truly was nice to have somebody like him who's dependable, showed up, was a friend. And Mario, we know you're watching. You're the best.
We miss you already, but we know that you'll be back. He hopefully will come back next fall, and we will have more for him to help us with. So
We need more
excited.
Mario.
That's right. We always need more Mario. More of all the best things, right? So for now,
We got mom and dad in the back seat. They finally made it to Portugal, and we're gonna show them a good time. Today we have put the bikes in the back of the truck and have 2 more on the racks in the back. So we're gonna go explore a bit of the West Coast and have a jolly family old time.
let's do this.
Let's do this. Go.
Here we go.
Hop on. Come on, gang, this way, to the left.
You guys are like a bike gang.
We're like a bike gang today.
We're taking mom and dad to see one of our very favorite beaches called Cariagem. If you're ever in the Algarve of Portugal, you find yourself lucky enough to be here. When it's warm enough, this beach is lovely.
Mom, bad to the bone. Moo. Look at the cows, the moo cows. Bingo. You can see Mont Chic way up there in the distance, under that cloud. Woohoo! Look, Mom, no hands. I can fly. Flying off the first. Mom thought we should stop for a second and really observe and appreciate the flowers. Aren't those nice? These are the rock roses that grow all on the trails in this coastal area. They smell so sweet. Good day to be riding bikes out here. You're doing great. Woo!
Taking them down to the beach. It is quite a set of stairs, but it will be very worth it.
Brittany's definitely wishing she had her bathing suit on right now. Would you go swimming if you could?
I don't think so.
Obrigado. Fish.
We are treating Mom and Dad to a feast. Oh, and the salads. Wow.
Get Fred Flintstone.
Our T-bone.
Whoa. Inu's gonna be jealous. Bon appetit. Taking a break to share and enjoy time with family felt like such a luxury after the past months of tackling projects and discovering new ones to add to the list. Living in Portugal has us learning that building a home, especially one like our watermill, is not about charging full speed ahead. It's about finding a rhythm in the waiting and choosing to keep creating even when things don't go as planned. So thank you for being here with us through all of the twists and turns, not just for the milestones, but for the in-between moments too. If you want more of the joy that is Mr. and Mrs. Adventure, then be sure to watch this episode right here of Drew's parents' visit last year. We love you guys, and we are so grateful to share the journey with you. Beijinhos, kisses, bisous.